and the secret section of our video. There are still other little bits of details and other things that I've observed, but I'm going to save that for the theories and speculation part of this video. For now, let's get into the really horrible part. I hated editing this section because you're going to find out why. We're looking at all the ghost sightings. So with each ghost sighting, I'll be doing a close-up and a slow-mo because she appears very quickly. The first time you see the ghost is when Pete and Andre are trying to break into the back door of the derelict house. You need to look off into the left after he says, "Are we rolling?"
Are we rolling? Alright, let's go.
The second sighting is so fast, I didn't even know I captured this until I looked back at the footage. I didn't even know this ghost sign existed. But after Andre and Pete make their way to the end of the hall and they're looking into the kitchen, make your way towards them, then do a 180 and look towards the back door. The next sighting is in the kitchen behind Andre in the window when he's talking about the Bakers.
Not hillbillies, the Bakers. Jack and Marguerite Baker.
The fourth ghost is on the stairs when Pete starts to look for Andre.
Where is he? Unfucking believable! This is the last time I work with that guy.
The fifth ghost is in the small room underneath the staircase. Be sure to stay close behind Pete for this one.
A good cameraman like you, Clancy? You stick with me.
And the final ghost is in the secret passageway that Pete opens after he pulls the chain.
What the hell?
Quickly enter the passageway and go down the ladder.
Alright, new deal.
Oh, thank God for that. That brings us to the end of our ghost sighting section of this video and on to the final section, the theories and speculation. So I'm going to be throwing out some kind of theories, some kind of observations that I've seen with the game, potentially to how the game is going to play out. Also, maybe something to do with the story, the events of the characters that we've been introduced to, and to form these theories and these speculations. I'm going to be using footage from both the demo, but also from the two trailers that Capcom released, because the trailers actually show footage that isn't in the demo. So I find that to be very vital and important to some theory crafting. So let's get into it. So the one thing that I was really afraid of when playing the demo was the idea that the full game won't have combat in it. I'm really tired of horror games being the whole hide and seek under the bed and in the closet kind of situation that we've been having for the past few years, but I'm really happy to say that I think there's going to be combat in this game. The obvious hint to suggest this is that there's an axe in the demo, and when you pick it up, the R2 prompt says attack. Not only that, the attack has not one but two different styles. You can simply push R2 to swing, or you can hold L2 for a more controlled, double-handed, slow aiming kind of attack. If you go into the menu section and look at the axe, there'll be a description saying that you can still defend yourself with this. So that does strongly imply that there is going to be confrontation with enemies in the game and you have to defend yourself, which I absolutely love. Not only that, you can see other weapons in the trailer as well, like a shotgun. Another theory that would support the idea of combat being present in the game is the presence of quick slot items assigned to the D-pad of the PS4 controller. You'll notice that in the inventory you have 8 slots, but also above that you have 4 slots assigned to your D-pad, with the axe automatically taking one of them. You can reassign the axe to a different position on the D-pad if you want to. This may suggest that you may find other weapons, such as firearms or other melee weapons, but you may also find things like green herbs or first aid sprays, things that you're going to need to quickly use in combat to keep yourself alive. In the demo, you can also find boxes that can be smashed with the axe. Now, while there's nothing in the boxes in the demo, chances are in the full game, you may find similar boxes or crates or other wooden structures that when smashed with an axe or, say, a firearm, they're going to have things like ammunition or herbs, quite like Resident Evil 4, 5, or 6. So a big question in Resident Evil 7's demo that we're presented with is, who is the Baker family? Who are the residents in this house that are attacking us? Well, we know that they're a family of at least 3, Jack, Marguerite, and the bad seed child, Lucas Baker. And somehow they all mysteriously disappeared according to Andre in the VHS tape. It is my belief that we are actually being attacked by this family in the demo.
Let's make a great cutaway. So, Hillbilly Joe and his family go missing.
Not hillbillies, the Bakers. Jack and Marguerite Baker. And they were quiet, not backward. A lot of bad rumors about their son, Lucas. Bad seed, apparently.
So if we take a look at the man who attacks us in the demo, regardless of whatever ending we get, be it the phone call or leaving through the back door, we see that he's this old, withered man. He's got a grey beard, grey hair, and he's wearing glasses. And he refers to us as son. Now, if we take a look at one of the family photos that we can find in the first room with the TV, we can see a man and a woman together. If we take a look at the man for a second, we can see that he's old, he's withered, he hasn't quite got the grey beard, but that may be because he kind of took care of himself. He didn't go full crazy just yet. But we can see he's got the grey hair, but also he's got the glasses. But more than anything, he looks extremely similar to the man that attacks us. So I'm guessing the man that attacks us in the house is Jack Baker, the father, not the bad seed. We also know that there's a female-like entity. I'm not too sure if I want to say human, but there's a woman at the end of the demo that ends up attacking Pete. She stabs him through the back, and then she kind of screams at the cameraman's face, doesn't she? I don't know whether that's the ghost that we're seeing throughout the VHS section of the tape, or whether that's a different person altogether. However, she could be Marguerite Baker. We've also got a picture of perhaps Jack, Marguerite, and Lucas riding on a horse also in the first room. So for the sake of keeping things clear, I'm going to refer to the man that attacks us as Jack. So when Jack attacks us, he refers to us as son. He says, "Welcome to the family, son." Now he could be calling us that because he's just fucking crazy and he wants to recruit us into his own little family and be abducting people. Or maybe we could actually be playing as the bad seed, Lucas himself. There's not a whole lot of information on this Baker family other than what Andre reiterates to us in the VHS tape, and just generally the kind of stories we can piece together by looking at the family photos throughout the house. But in the third floor, we can see a photo of a helicopter bearing the Umbrella logo. Flip it around and it says, "Are they watching us from that helicopter?" So could this have been written by one of the Baker families and they kind of went crazy? Did Umbrella release some kind of virus into this community or into this really isolated farmhouse to try and observe its effects in a controlled environment? And what you see with the Baker family is the result of this? Because they don't seem like zombies, do they? And they seem a lot more human than Jack seems a lot more human than the Ganados, or, anything that we see in 4, 5, and 6. So I'm not too sure. This could be a new strain of virus. We do see what looks like, I don't know, it's strange. It's just this weird, what kind of looks like blood vessels maybe, and some kind of like flooding of some black substance. I don't know. So maybe that could be alluding to the virus at hand. I'm not sure. In the trailer, we see 2 other scenes with Jack. Well, at least one of them, I think, has Jack in it. Jack stomps on one of the protagonists, whether this is in the demo and we haven't found it yet, or it's in the full playthrough. But we can also see him carrying the protagonist and what looks like the creepy ghost lady as well, who I'm going to refer to as Margaret Baker. Another reason as to why I think we may be playing as Lucas is that if we look through the demo, we can see, starting with the first room we wake up in with the TV, if we take a look at the coffee table, we can see that even though there's 2 chairs and 1 couch implying that this was a house more than 2 people, there are only 2 cups displayed on the table, implying that maybe only 2 people ended up living here. This is again backed up by if we go into the kitchen, despite there being 4 chairs, we can see that there's only 2 plates with, I guess you can call that food, with rotted, decayed food on there. So again, this may imply that Jack and Marguerite ended up living alone. Perhaps Lucas left the house, he ran away, or he was kicked out, I'm not sure. So this one isn't so much a